What's up, peeps? It's me. I know it's been a minute, but I've been busy trying to get some things done business-wise. But I just wanted to come to y'all with some breaking news, some very disheartening information, but some breaking news all the same. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's being safe. I hope everybody is being smart. I hope everybody is staying on code. But let me bring y'all this information right quick. It is very, like I said, it's very disheartening, but it just goes to prove some things that we're going to talk about after I read a little bit of this article to y'all. This just came out today at 1:53 p.m. It was updated. This is from the New York Post, and it says that U.S. authorities will not seek charges in the death of Shanquella Robinson in Mexico. Right? Y'all remember the backstory. Shanquella went with 6 friends to Cabo, Mexico, and she died. Less than 24 hours, around 24 hours after getting there, she died. At first they tried to, they came back and told her parents, the 6 friends, came back without her body, and came back and told her family that she had died from alcohol poisoning. But then the video came out showing her being savagely beaten in the room by, I think her name was Dejanay Johnson, Dejanay Jones, and other video came out. Then the autopsy came out talking about her spinal cord being messed up and one of her vertebrae in her neck being broken and all of that. The Mexican authorities did issue an arrest warrant for Dejanay, but evidently the U.S. has decided that they're not going to participate in this at all. They're not going to participate in no extradition. They're not going to extradite this chick back to Mexico. They're saying that they're not pursuing this at all. So let me just read this article to you. First, let me let you hear what the White House has to say about this. Hold on just a minute.
Miss Robinson's family and friends. It is
Hold on
devastating.
a minute.
Let me just first say,
Let me turn it up so to make sure y'all can hear it. And of course, this is Karine Jean-Pierre.
let me just first say our hearts go out to Miss Robinson's family and friends. It is devastating what occurred, and certainly the tragedy is just devastating. And we've been following the news here. But because there's an FBI investigation underway, there's very little that we can say. We got to, as you know, we are very careful about.
Now, this was her statement. Excuse me, y'all. This was her statement from a while back when the family's attorneys, Ben Crump and I think her name is Sue Ann Robinson. She's not related to the family. When they sent the letter directly to Biden with all the information, they sent pictures, they sent the autopsy, they sent testimony and all of this from the, well, not testimony, but they sent witness accounts and all of this, asking Biden to get his Department of Justice involved. So this was his stance prior to the DOJ making this decision.
Criminal investigations or any investigations that are currently happening through DOJ, in this particular case FBI, but our hearts go out to again to the families.
Okay. Now this is what the article says. U.S. authorities will not seek charges in death of Shanquella Robinson in Mexico. U.S. federal prosecutors will not pursue charges in the death of a North Carolina woman who died after being beaten in a hotel room while vacationing in Cabo, Mexico, reports said Wednesday. Department of Justice prosecutors met with the family of Shanquella Robinson and told them that after, listen to this, that after careful deliberation, they determined there was not enough evidence to seek charges in the case. As in every case under consideration for federal prosecution, the government must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a federal crime was committed, federal prosecutors in North Carolina said, according to local reports. Based on the results of the autopsy, and after a careful deliberation and review of the investigative materials by both U.S. attorneys' offices, talking about Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, federal prosecutors informed Ms. Robinson's family today that the available evidence does not support a federal prosecution, they added. Robinson, 25, was found dead in a hotel room in the Mexico resort city in October of last year. And they got pictures in here. They even got pictures of the beating. A death certificate later said Robinson suffered a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, or damage to a neck vertebrae. Disturbing video footage from inside Robinson's hotel room later revealed that one of the women she traveled to Mexico with had savagely beaten her inside the room. A person off camera yelled, "At least fight back," while the woman trounced Robinson, according to the viral video. A final autopsy determined Robinson likely died from trauma suffered during the beating about 15 minutes later. An arrest warrant was issued for an unnamed person in Mexico. And, you know, they finally did give the name. And it was this Dejanay Johnson girl. And she was the one that was in the video fighting her, beating her. But no one was ever busted in the case. While it is discouraging for the loved ones of Shanquella that our own Department of Justice will not be pursuing charges against Shanquella's aggressor, it is our stance that justice is still possible for her death. We hope that there is still a chance at justice in Mexico, attorneys Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson said Wednesday. So I don't know exactly what the next step is. It looks like the United States is not trying to get involved. It doesn't look like the United States is trying to send this woman back to Mexico so that she can face charges in Mexico. The Department of Justice has just blatantly said it's not enough evidence for them to be able to do anything. Okay, but they can still grab her up and send her back to Mexico. They can still do that because she's a U.S. citizen. And it was a U.S. citizen that was murdered, and there is an arrest warrant out for her arrest in Mexico. So again, I'm just here to let y'all know that our government, our Department of Justice, our Democratic Department of Justice under Biden, and Biden is the one that controls the Department of Justice, our Department of Justice is not going to do anything for another black woman, another black female U.S. citizen who was just blatantly murdered. It makes no difference whether she was murdered by somebody white, somebody black, somebody pink, gray, or whatever. So this again, I just want to stress this again, like I did in a couple of videos ago, where I talked about this whole thing with the basketball team and Angel Reese and the LSU black women's basketball team that had won, and how Jill Biden was just so quick to dismiss them, you know, and talking about inviting Iowa and all of this, and just almost trying to erase their victory and their championship and all of this. Okay, well, here's another example for all you black women running around out here still thinking that the Democrats, that these white liberals love you and care something about you. Here's another example of when the United States has the perfect opportunity to seek justice for a black woman, the black woman that they swear they love so much. Once again, they drop the ball and they say, oh, it ain't nothing we can do. It ain't nothing we can do. But when that little white girl went missing all those years ago, and then it was another one that went missing a few years ago, oh, they could do something about that. They kept on talking about that. They kept on following that up. The FBI was involved. Everybody was involved until they found out exactly who had murdered her. But now with this case with a black woman, you understand what I'm saying? It ain't enough evidence. It ain't enough evidence for us to do anything. It ain't enough evidence for us to get involved in this. And the FBI has been involved since the beginning. So I guess the FBI done colluded with the Department of Justice, and they done all come together and said, okay, well, it ain't enough for us to do nothing. I mean, the least they could do is make sure that this chick gets sent back to Mexico. You understand what I'm saying? Since there's a warrant out for her arrest over there for femicide, which is the murdering of a woman simply because she's a woman. That's what femicide is. So they got an arrest warrant out for her in Mexico. And the United States can get her up and send her back over there. But for all you black women, you understand what I'm saying? You gonna ski-wee with Kamala Harris because she talking about she a Democrat, and you gonna dance and you gonna cry. You gonna get on video and all of this crying when Joe Biden won the presidency, or however he got it. Y'all just, and out in the streets dancing and doing the strut, the sorority strut that y'all did and all of that. This is how much the Biden administration cares about black women. Now you got a video showing this woman being beaten like this. Then you got autopsies coming out talking about she died basically from blunt force trauma, spinal cord messed up, neck vertebrae messed up, and you see her being beaten like this. So you got the autopsy, you got the video. You understand what I'm saying? You got other videos showing where she was walking around the whole big old villa that they were in, looking for everybody, and the rest of them were all closed up off in a room to themselves, like they were plotting and planning something. But they say that there's not enough evidence for them to do anything. And these are the Democrats that you black women think love you so much. These are the white liberals who convinced you, like I said, that you were an island over here to yourself, separate from the black man and the rest of the black community. But every time one of y'all get killed, the Democrats can't do nothing about it. The Democrats can't get involved. Sandra Bland, what was that child's name? Latasha Harlan, the other girl, the Richardson girl in L.A. Breonna Taylor. That's not the girl in L.A. Her name was Richardson. I can't remember her first name. But Breonna Taylor, all these black women, and nothing can be done. Now here goes another one. Here goes another black woman, and you got all the evidence. You even got where the Mexican authorities, you understand what I'm saying? The Mexican authorities was ready to ride on it. They done issued an arrest warrant for her. The least you could have told the family is, we're going to make sure to get her back over there to Mexico so that she can face the music over there. You walk away from it, throw your hands up and say ain't nothing you can do. Just another reason why we need our reparations. Why we need our reparations, we need our tangibles, why we need anti-black hate crimes bill. Another reason why we need all of this. But like I said, this is very disheartening. It's actually enough to make you real angry. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying not to get mad, but it's actually enough to make you real angry. That this is what we get. We get absolutely nothing. So that's what I wanted to bring y'all. I wanted to bring y'all this little bit of information right quick. Yes, like I said, it's very disheartening, but black women really, you know, they keep talking about what black men need to do, and black men need to do this, and black men need to do that, and all that. No. Black women need to get it together. Black women need to snap out of whatever trance or whatever spell, all of this white liberalism and all of this white feminism and all of this mess that they done got you all tangled up and brainwashed into. You need to wake up and realize these folks don't care about you. The liberals, the Democrats don't care any more about you than the GOP, than the Republicans and the conservatives do. They use you because they have fooled you, and because they see how easy it is to use you against yourself when they use you against the black man and they use you against the black community. They use you. And they call you the backbone of the Democratic Party and all of that because they want to use you to keep everybody coming in voting Democrat. But after you done voted these folks in and you done gave these folks your loyalty year after year after year after year after year, and something like this happens, no protection whatsoever. No protection whatsoever. But they love you. You just in love with the Democratic Party. So this article will be listed in the description box if y'all want to read it. I don't know if there are any other articles out there about it. I just saw this one, and like I said, it struck me, so I had to come on here and give y'all this information to let you know that once again, you understand what I'm saying? The Biden, just like it did with Emmett Till, when they closed that, Tamir Rice, they closed that. All of this was the Biden DOJ, the Biden Department of Justice. Emmett Till, Tamir Rice refused to do anything about Carolyn Bryant. Even after they found the arrest warrant that they act like they had lost and they couldn't find it. Even after those folks went down in there, I think it was in Tennessee or somewhere. They went down in there and they searched and they searched and they searched until they found that old arrest warrant from 1955. And they still claim they couldn't do anything about Carolyn Bryant. Well, here they are again, claiming there's nothing that they can do for a black person, specifically a black woman. And the reason why I'm specifying the black woman is not because I'm trying to do any gender thing. I want black women to finally realize that, you know, you've been suckered. You've been conned by these white liberals and by these white women, female white liberals who fooled you into getting in cahoots with them. You understand what I'm saying? With all this feminism and all of that, and ain't nobody looking after you. Where are the white women to stomp and make sure that justice is done for Shanquella? Where were the white women to stomp and make sure that justice was done for Breonna Taylor? Where were the white women to stomp and make sure that justice was done for Sandra Bland? But after all these years, y'all still spewing all of this foolishness talking about feminism. And telling this lie talking about patriarchy and all of that. I don't even have to tell you what the answer would have been if Shanquella was white. There wouldn't have had to be an answer because they would already be involved. If she was a white woman, had went out, had went overseas, and especially they got all of this video of somebody beating her, and all of this with the autopsy saying that you know she basically died from blunt force trauma to her neck and all of it. They would already be involved. Old girl would have been sent back to Mexico quicker than so fast it would have made everybody's head spin. But y'all just keep on running. Just keep on ski-wee, just running with that with Kamala with that lying sister girl act. And Shanquella could have easily been one of y'all's sister or your daughter or your niece. So that's why I wanted to bring this. I'm gone. Like I said, this article will be linked down in the description box. So y'all can read the article. Maybe y'all can find some other information on it. But the bottom line is Biden's Department of Justice has decided they're not touching it. They can't do nothing. They can't help. Ain't enough evidence. Okay. But that's what I got for y'all. Y'all, please, keep your head on swivel. Please pay attention to your surroundings. Teach your children to pay attention to their surroundings because there's a whole lot going on right now. So please keep your head on swivel. Keep your power tools at the ready. Be smart so that you can stay safe. Be smart so that you can stay safe. And most importantly, get on code and stay on code. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.